going on, guys? Custom Martial Mods here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a paper airplane called the Nakamura Lock, I believe is how you say it. I don't know. But basically this is a really cool paper airplane that I have made my favorite model of all time. I've been really working. I've probably made thousands of these planes, and this is really one of my favorite designs of all time. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it. So the first thing you want to do is fold it in half. Be super precise here. So you can see that I'm going to get it right onto the corners, and if I don't get it just perfectly, then I'm going to work until it is just absolutely perfect. You cannot see the other side of the paper. So make sure that you're working super hard, and that will give you the best results with this plane. So really don't settle for anything less than perfect. So it might take a few tries, and that might be the main reason why you have never really made a plane that flies straight. And if that's your case, then please take some time and you will get much better results. I can almost guarantee it. So as you can see here, what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be kind of giving it a sleeping bag fold. It's kind of like when you're about to hop in a sleeping bag and you pull back the sheets. Yeah, so sorry for the background noise, but anyway, so I'm going to do that on the other side too, kind of matching it. And as you can see, I can line it up with the other side as well. And make sure that, again, you cannot see the other side of the paper, but also, since everything's matched up, it should just look like one layer, of course. So very simple, just like that. And I'm using a sheet of printer paper. I know I didn't say that, but you can use notebook paper, you can use cardstock. I've used cardstock, and it just might be a little bit different for folding. So now you're going to fold it into like a letter shape, and at any point you can go ahead and rewind to see all these steps that I'm kind of going too fast. But you can you're going to kind of fold it in a letter shape. Now you're going to fold it back. Make sure that you pinch the point right here. Make sure that it doesn't come off. And now with that point folded, you're going to kind of put your thumb right there and use your nail and bring it down like this. You can also use something else, like the side of a Sharpie or a pen cap or something like that, to get really well creased folds. So anyway, as you can see, there's a little bit of a spot right there that I would normally freak out about for this, but for this video I'm gonna go ahead and let off, and you might call me a little bit crazy, but since that's not a primary fold in this plane, meaning one that would make the structure in the airfoil unsymmetrical, if that's a word, then yeah, that doesn't really matter to me. So now I'm going to stick my finger in here and make sure that it's all folding correctly in the same way. So now I can basically just connect it about an inch up from this triangle at the bottom of the triangle, point of the triangle. So I'm going to kind of get my pen cap again and make sure it's really creased down. This is the front leading edge of your airfoil, and you want it to be nice and creased. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shoot for the ballpark up here of hitting the edge, but I'm also going to make sure that the angle is just right to actually hit the other edges. So you can see I nailed that one right there, and I'm looking pretty good on the other one. So now you always want to flip it over on the other side for contrast to make sure that both sides are folded perfectly. Again, go ahead and get my Sharpie and put it like that. So now where this plane gets to lock from is because you're locking these little arms in place. So basically what this does is you're going to go ahead and push it like this, and then go ahead, crease that back down, and this will push all the weight forward, nose weight, and lock these little wings that you made in place. So now one great thing about this plane is that the wings are super easy to fold. So how you do this, there's no special angle, but basically you're going to match this leading edge of the wing up to the bottom edge of the fuselage. So I'll show you right here. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and basically just bring it right there. I do the front, and I know that the back and the front sometimes differ, but I find that the front's the best. And then just kind of crease it down with my fingers, get my pen again. Anything that's really firm, like you can use the bottom of like a knife or something, or anything like that will work just fine. So same thing for the other side. Go ahead and crease it down. And now for the second wing, you also want to make sure the back corners are lined up, because that will also make the wings perfectly symmetrical as well. And then the final thought is you also want to make sure that right here, which is the rear part of the fuselage actually lines up evenly, because that can also help make your plane fly in a curved direction. So now that we've got our plane unfolded, the way you want to trim it out, and trimming it is where you make sure that it flies straight. Most of my planes that I make take about 5 to 10 flights to actually fly perfectly. So a lot of trimming is used. And so if I'm going to make a glider, which is basically a plane that if I can just drop, it'll glide down, I'm going to go ahead and curl the back up. These are the elevators on the plane. If you're not familiar with any type of plane in general, the elevators are on the back and cause the plane to go up and down. So if you want it to go up, then you can pull up the back and just curl them up. Don't fold them, curl them until I come up, and you can always look down from the nose perspective and see how they are up. So same thing for the down. If you're kind of stalling up in the air, you want to curl them downwards to make the nose of the plane dive. So anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much it. In terms of taping or stapling, I usually never do any of that. I make sure to make my planes just out of one sheet of paper. Kind of gives them a light feel, and I don't really feel like I have to have any extra materials with me. So I know a lot of people swear by having a staple put in right there for extra nose weight, but for this plane, I really just like to keep it like this. So yeah, the great part about paper airplanes, as opposed to RC planes, is that they're really, really cheap, easy, cost literally nothing, and you can just make a ton of them until you get it perfectly. So if this didn't work out your first time, make sure to go ahead and try again. You'll get it sometime. And as you can see, this is a perfectly symmetrical plane that you'll probably see in a later video when I do something fun with it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about paper airplanes, any videos you'd like to see or anything like that, please comment down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.